Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of the Nida Textiles Bilateral Women's T20I Cup between the hosts, Tanzania women, and the visitors, the Canadians. We've had rain, we've had politics, but we're here for the first game in the center of the country in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. We're here at the Gymkhana Cricket Club. My name is Dilil Takrar, and joined with me in the commentary box is Drumit Mehta. Drumit.
Yes, Dylan, we're finally here. It took us a week, but now it's all ready. Dar es Salaam Gymkhana ground is ready for some cricket, and in come the Canadian batters. Nasra Nasoro will open the bowling for Team Tanzania.
Yeah, I'm sure we're in. Walking in onto the crease for the first time in their series here in Tanzania. I'm sure they've had a lot to say about what we have for the country, but let's see how their cricket is going to play here in the city of Dar es Salaam.
Batting for Canada is Achini Pereira and Indumati Gurdial. Achini, the regular opener even in the Uganda series, Dylan, she got a run for 6 games, whereas the other opening batter was consistently being changed. So it'll be interesting to see how Indumati and Achini line up against Nasra Nasoro.
I'm sure they've had some good cricket in Uganda for that 1 week they were there, and I'm sure they'll be willing and wanting and hungry to bring some more action here in Tanzania. We have Nasra Nasoro to bowl the first delivery of this Nida Textiles Bilateral Women's T20I Cup. We're ready for action. Here comes Nasra to Achini. The first ball is underway. A full toss and straight into the hands and cut. What a way to start off Tanzanians. The bad deliveries bring wickets, and that was it. Toss outside, snatched straight to the field at point. And what a start for the Tanzanians. Unlucky here for Canada to lose their opening batter on the first delivery. Tanzania got the first wicket. It's none for one after one delivery from it.
Wow, what a start that was. It was definitely worth the wait. Nasra Nasoro bowling a full toss. It was caught on the second attempt by the point fielder. Coming in next is Kainat Kazi, number 7 for Team Canada. She'll be hoping she can have a better start than Achini.
At number 3 walks in Kainat Kazi. I'm sure she'll be willing and wanting to make sure she gets off the mark and salvage the team from this opening start with a wicket in the first delivery. I'm sure Nasra won't be happy with that either. I'm sure she'll be wanting to land her mark, what she did practice for this tournament, to land the pitch and get a better wicket here now. It's going to be a good contest here. Kainat, a very consistent batter as well. And a wicket in the first. Second delivery incoming now. That's much better, but played well down to third man. Kainat gets off the mark. That's good fielding and good cricket all around. A good way for Canada to get their first runs of this Nida Textiles Bilateral Women T20I Cup. 1 for 1 after 2 deliveries. And I'm sure now we're all ready and set to see how these 20 overs are going to play out. Finally now on strike comes Indumati Gurdial to face her first delivery. Another full toss, flicked off the pads well. A good stop there, but a bit of a fumble. And they're going to settle for 2 runs. That's some good batting. Good shot there from Indumati to get it off her pads towards the square leg region to get 2. She's off the mark as well, Drumit.
I think Nasra just slightly struggling with the wet ball. We had some showers earlier, and there's a bit of dew, I guess, on the grass. So she's just struggling to get a grip. But good shot there from Indumati to get off the mark. The field right now is there's a deep third and deep fine leg for Team Tanzania. And Nasra for the fourth ball. That's a no ball. She oversteps.
Yeah, we can just see how difficult it is in these conditions to go. A few full tosses and now an overstepping. She's missing her mark there. Nasra, this is not looking good for Tanzania. Even though she got a wicket on the first, she got to be consistent with her lines. It's a free hit though for Indomati, and the way she's middle the first two balls, I'm sure she'll be willing to go after this one. Let's see what she can do with this free hit. Another full toss, but missed out. But another no ball. Once again, Indomati missed out on that full toss, but she's lucky to get another no ball here. Nasra, we can see, is just struggling here, and she is not hitting her mark. And we can just see her teammates talking up to her, giving her some piece of advice. Rumit, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think the senior players just need to get to her and calm her nerves. The previous ball was like Sam Curran's moon ball. I think that was a slow ball. Let's see what she has up next for Indumati. Pulled wide, not given by the umpire, just inside the tram lines. Indumati misses out there. I'm sure she'll be thinking she throws 4 runs on offer.
I think she just leaned the shot too quick there, Rumit. She could have waited for it. We do know that when it rains like this, the conditions get a bit slow with the wicket. I think she just needs to adjust that. Another wide. I mean, the first wide, that's well wide out of the tram lines. Nasra struggling here. She is a few full tosses, a few no balls, and now a wide. Extras, plenty of them on offer. As Canada moved to 6 runs for the first wicket in the first 4 deliveries. It's been an exciting over here, Jim, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Team Canada will accept they're going to need good partnership opening in the power. Again, wide outside tram lines. I was saying Team Canada is not in the top order. Most of the work was done at number 4 and 5 by Namarpal and Vandana. So they'll be hoping to get some runs early on here.
Middled well, moved really well, played to the third man. The chase is well to keep it under 6, fielding to the over. That's one done, Drumit. 7 for 1. The start of our Nida Textiles Bilateral Women's T20 Cup. A good over for Tanzania with a wicket, with the extras just coming in plenty. I'm sure they'll want to have a change in that and try and keep it down in this overcast conditions, Gymkhana ground today. What do you think about Drumit so far?
Yeah, the wicket looks alright. It's playing well considering the rain, the huge amount of rain that poured. And the bounce looks pretty even so far. There's a bit on offer for the Pacers as Peris Kamunya comes into the attack from the other end.
But Drumit, something we haven't seen often. A batsman in the second over removing their helmet. Indumati is confident that the bounce is going to remain to her favor as Parisi comes in to bowl the second over. Indumati without a helmet now, I think she doesn't fear that short ball and she believes that it's going to be straight and full for her to drive on the up. So we're going to have to see how the bounce is on that end of the wicket. But second over helmet removal, Drumit. Maybe he's looking to go aggressive early, we don't know. Let's see what Parisi has to bring to the contest against Indumati. Oh, edge down to third man. Some would say that's played well. And she gets a single. Indumati just working the boundary fielders at the moment. Dabbing it down to 1. To third man for a single. That's some good cricket, Drumit.
Yeah, definitely. The Canadians look pretty strong on the third man region. I'd like to see some aggressive field pacing by Tanzania. Maybe have a gully there just to stop the single because they're opening their bat face. So I think they'll keep on getting runs there if Tanzania doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah, for viewers back home, the two boundary fielders are a third man and a deep extra cover. Parisi. Oh, that's well bowled, but missed by the keeper. More extras. This time it's buys, the first buys of the innings, and Tanzania won't want to afford. They can't afford that. A buy signal by the umpire, Adil Kasam, and Parisi looks unhappy with that. But that's good bowling. She got her line, she got her length, and unfortunately, free runs for the Canadians. And we do know in the game of cricket, it's not all about boundaries, especially when the outfield is wet as well. So as long as they can keep converting more singles and doubles here, the Canadians, I'm sure they'll be willing and happy to get a good, formidable target without having to score too many boundaries early on. Oh, once again, driven well, blocked, but a good stop there for the field at point to keep it to another dot.
Yeah, Dylan, Perry's getting some good shape on the ball there. That one just shapes out, and we know she has the in-swinger as well. So she'll be testing both edges of Indumati and Kainat's bat.
And we've seen what she's done for the country of it. At the mark, at the top of the board, she is right now, Parisi. That's well bowled, well played as well. It's a good field set there. Anything that's being punched offside is just being stopped by the Tanzanians. So another dot for Parisi, and I'm sure she's happy with that. But also, I'm sure Indumati's confidence is growing because she's getting in the middle of the bat once again. It's a good first 4 balls for Parisi. Only 2 runs coming off the over so far. Hopefully she can close it out well for the Tanzanians. Oh, once again, like we're talking about, playing it down to third man. I think that's what they've been working on this whole time as they were indoors, playing it down to third man. Indumati getting another single. And that's another good delivery.
Yeah, definitely. I think the hotel corridors, there was a lot of guiding because you can't really hit the ball there. So there's a lot of getting the singles and trying to look for gaps. As Kainat now faces the last ball of Paris is over. Once again, that shape away. Kainat misses it completely. Good take by Shufa. The end of the second over. Canada, 10 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
Astra being trusted by the captain to come back for her second over after giving too many no balls and wides there, but she's back for her second over. Bit on the half volley there, but well played and a good stop by Nema, the captain there at point. Indumati keeps getting in the middle of the bat, but it's straight to the fielder. And we know what happens when that happens often. They look to go aggressive, they look to try and go over the top. I think Indumati just needs to keep her cool. Keep trying to play it down to third man if she can and rotate the singles. I think that's what they'll be looking to get in the power play. A good 25 to 35 runs in the power play will be good for them. Oi! Going across the line this time, Indumati. That's the urgency we see there now. The desperation she is trying to play towards the leg side, even though the ball is outside off, well outside off Drumit. What do you think about batsmen when they try and shuffle around the crease and try and play across the line to try and get out the desperation of runs?
Yeah, I think it's fine when they look to innovate batsmen, but I think the decision by Indumati there was a bit too late, that she was caught in double minds. Driven well by Indumati, but straight to the fielder once again. The field placement by Tanzania has been spot on. Nasra at point, I'm sure we'll be looking at the angles. They have 6 fielders on the offside.
You yourself being an opening batsman, how would you see the situation with wet conditions, putting to bat first, and what would you like to do if you were an opening batter, and what these batters should be doing? Once again, this is a bit of a slow one there, but she hit her mark, and another dot this time to mid-off. Yeah, so Drumit, as an opening batter yourself, how would you see the situation having to been put to bat in first in these wet conditions?
Yeah, Dylan, I think when the conditions are wet, There's one thing you can do is take them out of the equation and look to hit over the infield, especially since it's the power play. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see Indumati and Kainat just try and hit a few aerial shots as Nasra bowls another extra. The first one of this over. It was going well, 4 dots so far. Gets a wide now, and Canada are now at 11 runs.
Yeah, the over was going so well for Nasra. She just had to give in that wide there, but this time it moved in a bit, dramatically so. That's some good bowling from Nasra. Let's hope she can close out well. Oh, shapes out this time. That is good bowling once again. She kept it in that 6-7 meter range, not giving any sort of room to Indumati. And in the 5th dot of the over, I'm sure that Nasra had a few words of guidance between overs, and you see how strong she's come back now.
Yeah, definitely. She seems way more consistent now. Maybe the first over she's just getting rid of the butterflies, having sat at home for like a week. And once again, cut powerfully by Indumati. Fatuma Kibasu with the boundary there does some brilliant work to restrict it to only 1 run. And that's the end of the over. Canada 12 runs after the end of 3 overs. Here's Kamunya continuing with her second over. Captain Neema has a lot of trust for her over the years. Brilliantly for Tanzania. Who's not? Straight, but again, no run. Well, Sheila Shamte there. And some now playing a lot of hot balls. The pressure should be getting to.
I haven't seen Canada too much come in. Indumati playing 17 of these 9. Oh, she tries to guide it, she tries to cut it strong, but she misses out there. I think this one's the one that's hit back in by Parisi. That's some good bowling there. The Tanzanians have been getting their work in, have been doing quite well in the practice sessions. That's my head coach Imran Nakiruddin. So they're looking desperate for first win here today. Just staying low. More like it rolled on the pitch. Indumati, very surprised there. The ball just staying low below the bat face. And there we see just tapping the wicket to see what happened.
Yeah, slight fumble there from Neema, the skipper, in the field. Praise again for guided. Throw in there by Nasr. Yeah, Dylan, as I was saying, I wouldn't mind there since Paris is testing both the and Indumati has been looking to.
Parisi should just look to tidy up the over with another dot ball here. But to be honest, Indumati playing 20 deliveries. I'm sure she's being able to see the ball well. I think she should look to go aggressive now Try and get some boundaries earlier in the power play, maybe 1 or 2 here or there. Full, driven well, and that's what I was talking about. A brilliant shot by Indumati. It's not going to run away for a boundary on this wet outfield, but that is what I am talking about. Cashing in and capitalizing on those half volleys. A brilliant drive there from Indumati. That's the first shot I've seen today that she looked aggressive in, and she's gotten 2 runs off it. We said the running has to be tight. The outfield is wet. The balls are not going to travel to the boundary, but the running needs to be out to the mark. And that's a good way for Indumati to end the over. Maybe some hope, bring some hope back to the dugout, to the Canadian dugout, that she is ready and able to hang in there. It's 17 for 1 after the first 4 overs, Drumit. All the viewers watching back at home or from wherever around the world, welcome to the NIDA Textiles Bilateral Women T20I Cup. In 4 overs, 17 for 1, the Canadians put into bat first on this rainy day. Tanzania having played a lot of cricket over the last few months, and so are the Canadians. This is going to be a very, very good contest.
Yeah, Dylan. Canada finding it tough to get the ball away. Tanzania bowlers after that first over by Nasra hitting the right areas consistently, and that's a big shout for every W, but not given by the umpire Abdul Samad. Maybe going down leg there.
I think it's a good call.
Consistently, and that's a big shout for every W, but
Down.
not given.
There, Abdul Samad, the umpire, not interested at all in that. Oh, she looks to fish at that. Intent there from Kaina. She gets a good intent there. Got the middle of that, but I'm sure that was ready to get more runs for the Canadians. I like to see from the Canadians, try and go at those balls that are outside off. Try and go at those balls that are full enough for them to hit. It's cricket, Drumit.
But that short cover, not good throw, and what's happening? Toss at the middle of the wicket.
Yeah, it's chaos. All the fans here. Try and rotate Canadians. They only have 18 so far. Once again, off the edge of the bat, but that is good fielding by Nema at point, not allowing any runs. Drumit, the edges are playing more off their bat right now compared to the center, but I'm sure as the time is going to get better here and time going to progress, they're going to start finding the middle more often. But it's good bowling by Nasra here. 4 dots already in her over so far. Let's look at that run up. Shorter and played down to third man. Drumit again. The favorite shot in their book. And guy batting. Good play their strike. Down to the
maybe 3 or 4 balls. As Nasser looks to finish the over with another dot ball. That's a full toss. Dealt with, but only for a single. As she tries to lift it over mid-on. Doesn't get the connection she was looking for, Dylan. And after the end of the 5th over, Canada are now 20 for the loss of 1 wicket.
I think she missed out on that full toss. But they're going at 4 and over, which I do feel needs to be up so sooner or later. But Tanzania, I'm sure they're very happy with this start that they've had. 20 for 1. The big early wicket on the first delivery.
Yeah, Dylan, what do you think about Indumati's approach? He's been pretty patient so far, 9 of 21 balls. Perhaps she's looking to settle in before taking on the bowlers?
Yeah, we'd like to hope that. Now she's played Indumati, and I'm sure she's going to try and get her up in that, but maybe it's the conditions that she's not used to. having to play on this wicket. Quite slow. We've seen the ball stay low quite a bit. But hopefully she can capitalize on these 20 balls that she's played so far. Indumati. Oh, it's like getting under edge. Good stop by the keeper Shufar there. Yeah, but as you were asking, I think she needs to try and up her intent. That's all we ask from her, to try and get the intent going. I know she's trying. It's difficult out here. Hopefully, if she can turn this and convert this start of balls that she's had into a good one for her team, I think it'll be beneficial for the Canadians, and that's what they're hoping for back in the dugout.
Good running there. Played towards point. Good throw, good fielding, good cricket all round. Not given by the umpire. But that's good running, better running. I like to see more of that from the Canadian team. In the first few overs, they were hitting good shots, but I think their running was not up to scratch, which they're working on right now.
I give credit to Kainat there, running that single, bit of a risky one, but she ran it for her teammate. That's what you want in cricket, in partnerships. To run the runs not for yourself only, but for your teammate as well, to get them off the strike. Oh, she tries to cut at that, flashes outside off, but misses out once again. Do you think this is poor shot selection, or do you think that Parisi is just getting the better of them at the moment?
I think the Canadians are just struggling because the ball maybe not bouncing as much as they're expecting, and with the packed offside field, it's very difficult to score runs off the offside. So Canadians are going to have to look for another way. Another play and miss. Brilliant bowling from Paris. She's floating it up there, getting the ball to move, and the Canadians finding it difficult to get her.
More of a deceiving delivery there. She put it up there in the half volley slot. Could have gone anyway. Could have gone to the boundary. Or could have gone for a wicket. But luckily, for both sides, it's just a play and miss. A run only in the first 4 deliveries. Oh, that's much better for Parisi. Hitting in the length, not giving Kainat any room to stride her legs, and just punching it off the back for another dot ball of the over. That's 4 already now. And Tanzania are going to be happy to see how this power play has gone so far, Drummond. 5.5 and only 21 of them and 1 wicket. The last ball of the over, the last delivery of the power play of the first game here. Oh, cut away well. She takes advantage of that one now. And they come back for 2. That's good running, good fielding overall to end the power play now.
Yeah, I think Team Tanzania will be pretty happy with the way the power play is panned out. I'm not sure about the approach from the Canadians. I think they're looking to play a bit cautious, adapt to the situations, and then as the batters get more adept, maybe they'll look to fire on. Brilliant bowling there from Paris and Nasra Nasoro. They bowled all 6 of the overs.
Six overs out of the way. That's the end of the power play. And we see straight away Tanzania go to their main strength, spin bowling. First spinner, left arm orthodox. Wanamvua tosses up. Oh, that's driven well. Played well to the sweeper. Fumble there, but they only go for 1. They settle for 1. I think Ingomari looks much more comfortable in the spin to after that first shot.
Yeah, definitely looked way more in her zone. And Wanamvua there getting coming from over the wicket, left arm over the wicket, which is a bit unusual. But we saw that from Lindsay Smith from England in the recently concluded Women's World Cup. Another good ball from Wanamvua, played cautiously by Kainat, straight to straight cover.
Tanzanians not taking any risks, putting down the 4 fielders out of the 5 they're allowed to on the ropes. A well bowled again, but she slogs at that and gets it well. There's Kainat, a single down to long on. I think she tried to go over that short mid-wicket fielder towards Cow, but she gets it on the high of the bat, but she does get one. I think that's more aggressive cricket there. I think Kainat and Indumati are happy to be rotating against the spinners. Oh, played well, but straight to Fatuma Kubasi at the short third region.
Looking in the zone, I think they favor spin much more than they favor pace. Played well, played very late by Indumati. 4 dot ball again. And Dylan, looking at Indumati, you know whose stance she reminds me of? She reminds me very much of Dre Russ. As she comes down the track, shimmies down, straight to the fielder for a single. As I was saying, she's crouching low, very still at the crease, and she has a good swing as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Dre Russ. I hope to see some today. We just saw the last delivery, shimming down the track, getting off the bat, but straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. But let's hope she looks like Parisi is going to be back into the attack to finish her 4th. Once again, single point. The run. Now she's to find out now. Short, oh, and back. Short, set up well, and kind of that did it.
Yeah, definitely. I think she was eyeing the vacant square leg region, but unfortunately doesn't get the connection. Doesn't get any connection on that. She'll be ruining that chance, Dylan. Fourth ball of the over. Once again, play and a miss. They just can't seem to figure out Perry's, Dylan.
Yeah, I think that's the skill she brings, the talent she brings to this Tanzanian side, Parisi. We've played her before as well. We know what she has to offer. Now, though, on her 4th over, there's not much swing on offer. So maybe Kainat and Indumati can take advantage of that. Put her under the pump in her last few deliveries. Oh, driven well, but straight to the fielder again. Canada are getting no value for their shots here. Hitting it well. Textbook cricket there. All the drills coming in play, but they didn't account for the fielder there. Brilliant shot. I really like that shot from Kainat. That's get edge. Wasn't the best of the shots there. She didn't get the middle, but no run off it. But this one off the outside edge, and she gets a run down to third. Most of the runs, third man. That But this is a good end to Parisi's 4th over. Let's hope she can tidy out as she comes to bowl her last delivery. Indumati, high bat swing. Oh, flicked off well. Fatuma that chases on and she stops it well. I think that's a good way for both the teams to end this last delivery of the 8th It's 29 for 1 after 8, Drumit.
Played very well by Indumati there. I think she has a lot in her locker, and we'll probably see a lot of power hitting once she gets set in, Dylan. That swing, I think we could see a lot of boundaries, but maybe she's just holding back right now.
Yeah, but after 30 deliveries now, striking at 50. She is with her 15 runs. I think maybe she should now look to go after Wanamvua. See the high bat hold. She comes down the track and plays it. She watches it till the end, and she gets a single. I really like that. She's making use of the wicket. She's making use of the track, shimming down and getting a single long off. That's smart batting, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's seen the pace Wanamvua is bowling at and decided that coming down the track is probably the smarter option. And she bowls the second ball. Kainat hits it pretty well, but good feeling by the captain Neema to restrict them to another dot ball. I think they could have campered through for a single. Oh.
I was going to say T20 cricket is all about stealing runs. And Kainat and Indumati haven't been doing just that. That should have been one, in my opinion. But let's see, maybe she wants to take on. Oh, she shimmies down again a bit and just dots it. But we can see something to it here. You have noticed there's not much turn on the wicket today. I think Wanamvua isn't able to get the ball to move away from either of the batsmen yet. I think it's making it easier for both of them just to get the middle of the bat. Shorter hit back over the head of Wanamvua. Doesn't get the entire middle of it, but she gets just enough to get a single. I think that's much more aggressive intent there.
Definitely brilliant fielding there by Nasra Nasoro. Clean pickup, and what a great throw right at the stumps, not allowing Canadians to get any other extra run. Shanga now goes for the fourth ball of the over. And she's bowled. Looks to come down the track again, but this ball, Wanamvua just holds it back and hits the stumps. That's the end of Indumati's innings. She struggled quite a bit, and Wanamvua finally puts an end to her misery.
Yeah, that's the head coach, Imran Nakardeen. I'm sure he's happy with the second wicket for his team. Just giving some instructions. Coach Imran Nakardeen. Sure, he is very happy with the way his team has started off to this series. But as you were saying, Indumati has to take the long walk back to the dugout. This time the shimmy down the track was not helpful to her. But in comes the captain, Kaur. She has been the standout batter for the Canadian woman over the time, especially in the Uganda series, being the top run getter for her side. And I'm sure she'll have to and want to take her team to a formidable target here is Kaur. She's been a standout. Drumit, tell me a bit more about our Canadian captain.
Yeah, Dylan, she was actually the top run getter in the whole tournament, not just for the Canadian side. In 5 innings played in Uganda, she had 118 runs at a strike rate of 81.3 and an average of 29.5. She's the wicket to take for Team Tanzania if they want to restrict the Canadians to a very low total. And she's also the main run, the biggest hope for the Canadian team if they want to get a big total.
Yeah, we've always talked about the responsibility of a captain. It's come onto her shoulders now. As she faces her first delivery against the wicket-taking Wanamvua. Oh, that's well played. Off the mark straight away. I think I've just seen much better cricket there from the Canadian. The first very solid shot she has played. Gonna offer first delivery. A good way for her to start her inning, just playing it down to long off. That's a wicket in the over. 3 runs off it. It's 32 for 2 after 9.
Bowler comes into the attack for Team Tanzania. Sheila Shamte, number 36. Right arm off spinner. She's going to be bowling to Amarpal Kaur, the Canadian captain. facing a second ball. Let's see if Sheila can get some turn off this wicket, Dylan.
Yeah, Tanzania has been hoping for that. Sheila, the captain, Amarpal Kaur. Down the wide line. Sheila starting off with an extra. This time, Sheila bowling a bit short, but Amarpal Kaur misses out. Oh, guides it, but straight to the fielder. Think it's good cricket there, good option by Amarpal Kaur, but if she could just hit a bit harder through the gap, it would have been much better for them.
Yeah, I don't think this is good bowling from Sheila because she doesn't have anyone back at cover region and she's bowling wide outside off. Driven well by Amarpal for a single to long off.
Sheila just not hitting her mark very well so far, but it is just her first over, so hopefully she could cover up. But Kainat, she's also struggling at the moment. 22 deliveries faced by her. Oh, this time it drifts and stays a bit low. More than off spinner this time. I think she has her variations there, Drumit. Started off with some leggy, now an off spin. Let's see. Comes down the track and played well through the gap. It's going to race away, but not going to make its way to the boundary. 2 runs there for Kainat. Much better batting there. Oh, good shot this time. Hit powerfully, same gap. But this time, it'll be covered down. Oh, good fielding there by long off. Good fielding. And a good throw. There's a much brilliant shot, better shot. Hit off the middle, shimmies down. And Kainat gets 2 more runs to her inventory. Good batting and fielding there.
Brilliant shot there, but once again, brilliant fielding by Nasra Nasoro. She's been leading this fielding lineup by Tanzania. Leading by example, Dylan. After the end of the 10th over, Canada at 38 for 2. As the players take a break, there'll be a change in the comms box.
All the drills coming in play, but they didn't account for the fielder there. Brilliant shot. I really like that shot from Kainat. That's some highlights of the first 10 overs. Gets edge. Wasn't the best of the shots there. She didn't get the middle, but shot we've been talking about all day. But no run off third. But this one off the outside edge, and she gets a run down to third. Multiple runs. Third man. That see both the coaches out there giving their team a bit here, bit of guidance. Back from the break. 10 overs completed. We're halfway through the first innings. The Canadian woman, 38 for 2. Well needed break for the coach to speak with their players. But now in the commentary box is a bit of a change. Azhar Premji replaces the informed Drumit Mehta. Azhar, welcome to the comms box.
Thank you. Dylan, we're having a great contest over here between Manambua is back. United, swept to deep square leg. Great all-round performance. Looking very consistent given the wet ball, but still great line and length. Flighted again, hit hardly to long on for a single. Manambua not afraid to flight the ball. Some great shots. That's great rotation by the skipper, Amar Kaur. Great bowling too, sticking to that one line in length.
To give a bit of an update, Manambua is back. Cut away once again, but to the point fielder again, no run. To give a bit of an update to the viewers joining right now, Canadian women are 39 for 2 after 10.2. They are put into bat first. I think Tanzania made the right decision with the toss. As Manambua, oh, up in the air this time, under it, and it's a catch. Manambua gets the breakthrough, and that is the end of Kainat Kazi. She's been there for a while and she just looked to take the charge at it. That's good bowling as the ball goes nowhere but straight into the hands of the fielder Parisi. Never quite found her rhythm today. And Tanzania have finally been rewarded with the pressure they've been putting on Kainat. She has to go for her 14 runs. Takes a walk back as the new batsman comes in, Vandana Mahajan, who's been up there with Amarpal in the runs in Uganda. She had 5 innings with her 56 runs, with her highest score being 22. I think this is the partnership that has been quite consistent for them in the series they've been playing, and hopefully if they can capitalize on that today. Amarpal Kaur giving a few words to Vandana. Azhar, how important are partnerships and what do you think is expected from this partnership today?
This would be a very, very important partnership as they've been the top runs getters in Uganda, scoring a combined 160 plus runs in Uganda between these two. Some great bowling by Manambua. The price, the reward she has for her consistent bowling. Tossing it up, forcing Kainat for a big shot and gets the reward. Great bowling by Manambua. Tanzania will look to break through this partnership. A very important one. Manambua with the last ball of her over. Great ball once again. Great bowling. End of the over. End of the 11th over. 41 for 3.
Yeah, I talked about how important Manambua is to this Tanzanian bowling attack. She's been amongst the wickets so far. 2 wickets in her 3 overs for 9 runs. Been consistent with her length, and she's been getting the rewards for that. But Sheila, who is back into the attack now, she'll need to look to get her grip as soon as possible because she needs to attack from the other end as well. You don't want Kenya getting to a score of 100. If you want Canada getting to a score of 100. Honest, if they can didn't.
Guide it back to third man. That's more conscious fielding. Doesn't let any free runs. Third ball of the over now. Lighted. Tried to drive. It's an edge. Looking for two. We'll get there.
I think it's a bit of a sticky one here for Canada because this is their main partnership. Bit of a tough decision for them. Shall they go aggressive and try and score now with the risk of losing their wicket, or should they push the innings as long as possible, try and rotate, and try and attack towards the end? So we'll look to see what these two have in plan, Vandana and Kaur. Oh, loud shout! But Adil Qasim, the umpire, uninterested, walks away from that one. That's a big shout. Good bowling there from Sheila. I think that was the best delivery of her spell so far. Oh, loud shout! But loud shout down the track. Down the track and hit well. But that is a brilliant stop by Sheila off her own bowling. That's what you want when you want to put pressure. Make sure to stop these type of shots. And unlucky for Vandana, who thought she's going to get runs off that. Last ball for second over. Flies it up. Comes down the track. Hit well. Puts her body on there. A bit of a miss. Puts her body on the line there for the Tanzanians. And manages to leave it down to 0. There's support all around from all the teammates. Good way to end the over. Another dot. And another over with only 3 runs in it. The Canadians seem to struggle even though they hit in the middle of the bat. It's 44 for 3 after the first 12.
Manambua to finish her spell. She's been great so far. Tossing it up. Tossed up again. 2 full. Driven away. Looking for 2. Says no. Great fielding there. Long off. I really love the intent of the Canadian batters. Looking to score off every single ball. Tossed up again. 2 full. Driven away. Manambua. Looking for up again. That's guided to third man again. So now chance. Not given by the umpire. Great running. Looking to score in every ball. Manambua has been bowling very nicely. Tossing it up. Forcing the batters to try something.
I think these two look very comfortable under the spin. First 2 already. Once again, shimmy down the track. Slogs at it, but doesn't get at it. But a bit risky here. Coming up to crease every single delivery. Maybe Manambua tries to be smart. This time the ball holds up a bit. But well weighted by Amarpal. Just guiding it nice and easy to long on for another single. This is much better batting. Canadian woman. Just maybe they're looking to see off Manambua. She's been the pick of the bowler so far. 2 deliveries left. No, they don't. She goes to shimmy once again. Goes for a big one. Lands just short of the field at long off. Vandana backs her shot. She backs the ability she has to hit a long ball. That's all they need. A clear mind and a free shot. Last ball of Manambua's spell. Once again, shimmies down and It's a brilliant catch by Mwanavua. That's what we're talking about. She just had to get a third wicket of her spell on the last delivery. Catch by Mwanavua. Pua from the captain. We're talking about Amarpal Kaur. It's a brilliant catch by Mwanavua. Just seen the innings off, but look at that catch. It's a brilliant catch by Mwanavua. Brilliant from Mwanavua. Pick up the bowlers. She ends her spell with third, and the captain has to take a long, long walk back to the dugout as she gives hope to the incoming batsman. Jersey number 21, Habiba Bader. For innings is in here at number 6 for her team. Try and bring it back. She has a talk with the also semi-new batsman Vandana Mahajan, who has relatively new batsmen on one end and a fresh batsman on the other. Azhar Tanzania are all on top of this battle so far. What do you think as Sheila is back into her attack?
Tanzanians must continue attacking. Keep getting wickets to restrict the Canadians. Oh, risky! That's a new innovative shot. Reverse sweep tried. A wicket has just fallen. That's a great ball by Sheila.
About T20 cricket, it's all about textbook nowadays. We've seen the likes of batsmen like Abhishek Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Dewal Brevis, all hard hit. How innovative they are, not staying to textbook, able to get enough intention showing, shimming down the track a lot. Once again, she goes for the sweep, gets the middle of it. Brilliant shot there. But there is a fielder out of square leg as they come back for 2. No, called back is Vandana. But that's what I'm talking about. Much, much better back. Vandana, not scared to try that sweep shot, to play a bit against the turn. And she gets it well. Get up a single. Batting there, Azhar.
For sure, the intent is there. The intent to score. That's lovely batting by Vandana. Captain's gone.
As a new batter, takes her mark. But there, she is the first lefty to be introduced to this innings for the Canadian women. That might be quite beneficial for them to be able to have a bit of a mindset change for the bowler. Not only bowling the righty now, having to change her lines and then bowling to a righty and lefty. We'd like to see how Sheila adjusts to this. Oh, played well actually. But once again, straight to the fielder. That's what Tanzania have been consistent about. Packing the offside field, not giving any room for them to get runs to the sweeper. Habiba looks confident though. I like the stance that she's showing here. Bit of leg spinner. And wide single by the umpire, but that's what I'm talking about, Zah. When you have a lefty and a righty, you're bound to have bowlers making some mistakes as they try to adjust. An extra for the Canadian. And it brings up the 50. The first 50 runs for a team of this series in Canada. Bring it up in 13.5, 13.4 overs. Took them a lot of time, but you can't blame them with the way this outfield and wicket is playing out. 50 has come off for the loss of 4 wickets. I'm sure they'll be trying to get another 50 before the end of this innings. Big booming shot tried by Habiba Bader, but she misses on that. This one just drifting away from her. I think it's a good end to the over by Sheila Kizito. Only 2 runs off it. As it marks the end of the 14th Azhar. 50 for 4.
6 overs to go. 6 wickets left. Tough for the Canadians. Vandana batting well, looking to score. Great intent. At the same time, the new bowler.
Vandana, I like the way she's batting. We've seen a lot from the women recently, especially in the World Cup, Women's 50 World Cup, where Laura, the South African batter, she put the keeper of the South African side, she put in a very, very solid performance all over the series with them. And I'm sure these ladies here have taken inspiration from the way she's batting. I'm sure Vandana will want to do the same as a new bowler is introduced into the attack. Jennifer Kimaro, more pace into the attack for the Tanzanians. And Vandana hasn't played a delivery of pace yet. But now she will. Oh, kind of a full one. But onto the leg side. I think Vandana is frustrated with herself that she misses out on the one sliding down her leg. But a wide to signal and a wide to start off Jennifer Kimaro's spell. I think the extras is the only thing that Tanzania have been leaking a lot today. And a lot of extras and a few misfields here and there. Her goal there. She went down the track with Vandana, shimmied down to the pacer as well, but misses out. She's appealing for a wide, but she doesn't get it. So, but Abdul Samad Ahmed, an experienced umpire, signals no wide as Jennifer Kimaro bowls the first legal delivery. Shimmy down once again, hit well, but straight to the field at point. That's been the whole story of today for the Canadian women. Middling a lot, but straight to those fields offside. But once again, the captain, Nema, doing some brilliant work there at point, stopping with all her body. That's how we should lead from the front, Captain Nema Justin Pius. Jennifer registers another dot to her account as well.
Again, good intent, comes down the wicket, little bit of misfield, but run out. Some miscommunication there, but great feeling by the skipper, Nema. The Canadians are 5 down now.
Again, good intent, comes down the
Little
wicket,
misfield,
little bit of
but
misfield,
great
but run out.
comeback by Nema. Great take by the wicket keeper, Shufa. They're 5 down, the Canadians. In comes in Terisha Lavia. Goal to be in the 4th highest run getter in Uganda with 5 innings and 38 runs.
As she meets Vandana, who's been seeming to mirror everything, but just caused a bit of a run out there for Habiba, who without having to trouble the scorers. Terisha into the wicket, into the crease, and she has just over 5 overs to play. Appealed by Jennifer and the team, but umpire once again happy to nod his head away and say not out, uninterested. But that is much better ball from Jennifer, hitting it quick, letting it slide onto the pads. Another dot ball for her. The Tanzanians have been all over this inning so far, but the Canadians should just look to try and rotate as much as they can, get to a formidable target. Swing at it, second delivery, a blind swing there by Terisha, I would believe. Not reading the line well, not picking up the length, and she just threw her bat at it. Luckily, she didn't get an edge on that, or that would have been unfortunate for her. But Terisha, I think the intentions come out with, sent by her team. Maybe she's looking to try and score runs and try and score them quick. Tossed up this time, and she just puts her bat that lands short of the fielder facing there at short cover. A very, very, very entertaining way to end the 15th as Jennifer closes out with another dot in her over. It's 15 overs done. It's only been about 11 runs since the last time, or 13 runs since the last break at the 10th. But with that, Canadian women are 51 for 5 after 15, and there's going to be a change in the comms box as Rumit Mehta takes over.
Back to it. Sheila comes back to finish her spell. Again guided to third man. No runs given. In their go-to shot, the Canadians. Guided down to third man. Sheila for second ball of the over. To sweep one well outside of. Given wide by the umpire Adil Qasim.
Thanks, Azhar. Yeah, it seems like the shackles are off, but the scoreboard still looks stuck. 51 for 5 after 15 overs. Still
The intent still there. We're just unable to get the singles, to get the boundaries. Some tight fielding by the Tanzanians. Back to offside field. And Sheila bowling according to her field. That's great bowling. Respected there. Straight to the skipper, Nema.
Yeah, some very good bowling from Sheila again. Disciplined line and length. And she looks to finish out the over. Oh, wild swing. And they scamper through for a single from third man, from short third man. Wanamvua tries well, does well in the field, but good running again there. They'll be looking to replicate more of that running in the last 4 overs. What do you think? What target will they be?
We have 4 overs to go. If they can get 6 runs per over, that would be an ideal score they would be looking at. Cut, misses out. It's the outside edge. End of the 16th over. 54 for 5. They'll be looking to touch 80 runs. Would be tough.
They have the people at the pace. Terisha, she has a reputation for clean hitting. This could be the phase where Canada look to finish strong.
Partnerships, but there was a great bowling partnership between Monambua and Sheila. One looking to stop the runs, one getting wickets. Brings Jennifer back. And he's bowled! Great bowling. Attacking the wickets. Looking to go big. Misses out. Fortunately, she has to walk back to the.
That's a brilliant bowling there from Jennifer. She's targeting the stumps. And at this phase, it's either you miss and I. And at this point, it was Terisha that missed and Jennifer that hit. New batter in is Rabjot Rajput, Team Canada. Yeah, I think Azhar, we are now into the tail. I think Vandana will have to do the majority of the scoring if Team Canada will be looking to post a good total on the board.
Been exceptional. Run in our 1.1 over wide, taking the important wicket. Terisha.
It was a breath of fresh air from the Tanzanian skipper. He's bowling some good pace at the death. Oh, she just missed out. But she has some good variation, some good pace. She could be one to look out for in the future. She's
Already playing for senior women. Shows her talent right here. Bowling exceptionally well. Oh, that one, that's a lowie. Keeping her line outside off. Driven away to the sweeper. Great fielding. One run there. Shot. Great fielding.
Yeah, with the field placement Jennifer is right now, I think she's looking to either bowl at the off stump or just outside. So she has a deep third, a deep cover, and a long on and a deep square. Let's see what she bowls now to Vandana Mahajan. It's another slow one, right outside off stump, and good fielding by the Tanzanian captain to restrict it to just one run. Once again, good change-ups by Jennifer. I think they're going to really struggle, the Canadian team, with the way she's bowling.
She knows they're looking to go after her, not giving any pace. The batters must use their own strength. Last ball of the over. Looks to go leg side. It's the inside edge of the bat. One there. End of the 17th over. 58 for 6. Last 3 overs, Jumit. What do you take from these?
Yeah, Azhar, I think Vandana is going to have to play the innings of her life if she wants Canada to get to a competitive total. Because in 3 overs, they're going to need at least 30 or more if they're going to stand a chance to win the game. And as Sheila's spell comes to an end, we have a new bowler by the name of Sophia Frank Jerome at the crease for the Tanzanian team. Azhar, tell us more about her.
Slow bowler. Not giving any pace. Vandana will have to use her own strength to clear the boundaries. Vandana must take charge. Rajput must give a single to her. That's a great ball. A miss.
Sophia has been a very experienced bowler for the Tanzanian team. And straight away, she's looking to aim at the stumps. Once again, the you miss, I hit philosophy being applied by the Tanzanian death bowling. Driven but straight to the fielder once again, as has been the story throughout the Canadian innings. If even 10 of them would have been in the gaps, the scoreboard would have been reading differently for now. Steps down the track and sweeps it to long on. Good fielding by Perry, restricted to just 1 run. And now Vandana is on the strike. She'll be looking to go hard.
Looking to target the shorter boundary of the Darjumkhana club. Looking to sweep. 1 run. Mid wicket. She's back off strike. Abdul Rajput face the next ball. Slightly short. Inside edge. Missed by the keeper. 1 run.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Sophia there. As you can see, she's very animated. She started celebrating almost, but alas, the ball didn't hit the stumps. Last ball of the over. She steps down and another edge. Goes past short third. And they settle for 1 run. That's the end of the over. Canada women at 62 for 6 after 18 overs. Over. Facing is Vandana Mahajan. Once again, right at the stumps. Vandana looking to get a single, but to no avail. Canada looking to break free at last. Swinging hard. But at 62 for 6 after 18 overs, it might be a little late for a full recovery. What do you think?
Yes, for sure, but they'll try to get as much as they can. Vandana will look to keep the strike to herself. Wild slog. Yet to get a boundary this whole innings. They'll be looking for one to boost the score to a respectable total. Jennifer, great bowler. Oh no! There you go. As I mentioned it, first boundary and it's a no ball. A wayside no ball.
Bowler.
Positive commentator's curse. There you have it. Talk
Oh
about the
no.
boundary.
There
And I
you
said,
go. As I
great bowler.
mentioned it. First
Unfortunate there.
Great bowler.
Just say
Oh no.
no boundary of the innings. I think
There you
Rajput
go. As I mentioned it. First
it's going to
boundary
be
and
a
it's a
tweet as well now. Jennifer, we probably look to aim for the legs of Ravjot Rajput. Oh, brilliant delivery there. You're looking for a single, a quick single. The wicketkeeper just tries and kicks the ball at the stumps. She doesn't have enough power in the legs. I mean, that's why she's sticking with cricket. Good comeback there from Jennifer though. Arjun. I think she has to now look hitting a few boundaries because her strike rate is also under 50. Swings hard. Straight to third man. They might look for two. Vandana looks for it, but Rabjot sends her back. Brilliant throw from the boundary by the substitute fielder, Saumbo Rakambi. Cold wide, but not cold wide. just inside some lines. Very dark here, the Dar es Salaam Gymkhana. Hopefully, no rain will interrupt this match. Shaping up to be a brilliant match. Maybe a good chase. Let's see how many Canada can get in the last 7 balls. Driven but straight to the bowler. Rabjot looks for a single but none on offer. After the end of 19 overs, Canada 70 to the loss of 6 wickets. Pace instead of the speed.
Well, let's find out. Yes. Loud shout. Umpire says no. Has to depart. Great work by the keeper, Shufa. As you asked, Rumit. Turned out to be a good decision so far. Beaten by pace. Neil Patel walks in for the last 5 balls of this innings. Ashra gets her second wicket of the innings.
Yeah, Zeel Patel has 5 balls to play. She'll be looking to make them. Let's see. That's hit the bat. Long. 4 balls to go. Swing and a miss. With it. Square.
Second boundary of this innings. Great shot. As you said, Rumit. Looking to target the square leg region. Not a bad ball by Nasra. 2 balls of the innings. As I said, they're approaching 80 runs. Great ball by Nasra. Great take by Shufa.
As the innings ends, you can see in the background there's a slight drizzle at the Dar es Salaam Gymkhana Club. We'll be hoping that it's not much and it's just a passing shower. Look at the Tanzania.
Yes.
Katya.
Second only.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the bad weather here, the game is postponed and ends in no results. Okay, see you tomorrow.